All right. So last class we started working on this worksheet. If you are done with 4 designs, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one is on the back. You've practiced 4 and gotten 4 correct. You can then move on to the good paper. But don't move on to the good paper until you've got the hang of it, okay? Because then you're going to be wasting paper and making mistakes. So once you're ready and you have your 4 designs, you are going to choose one, okay? So, I don't know. I think I like this one because it kind of looks like a shamrock. So that would be, which corner? That is this corner right here, all right? It's this corner of the eraser. So that means from now on, for the rest of the project, I am using this corner, okay? There's one thing that you can do to give yourself a little bit of, I call it a cheat dot, but it's just to help you. And that is to take a Sharpie, and now I have a design on the other side of this, but on the other side of the corner that you're going to use, I'm going to use this corner, on the other side of this corner, I'm going to put a little Sharpie dot, and now I know that every time I stamp, that Sharpie dot is in the center of my 4 square. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah. So I'm always rotating around the Sharpie dot. Okay, so I know which corner I'm doing. I'm going to go up and get myself a piece of paper. I want to warn you that this paper is too big. All right, it's too big. And I intentionally make it too big because some people are going to stamp further apart, some people are going to stamp closer together. Not everybody's going to do the same thing. So I made it easy on myself, and I made the paper just a little too big, and I will trim it at the end. So remember, take all your caps off, leave them off because it takes too much time. Always start off with the lighter color, so if you're using yellow or using orange, always start off with that color. So I start off with orange. I don't have to press very hard with my markers. If you press too hard, it might get fuzzy. And now I'm going to rotate around this corner. I'm going to start here and press. Looks good. Keep going. Orange, green, and purple. Rotate around my Sharpie dot. Now I'm going to use the edge of the paper as a guide, okay? So always stamp along the edge of the paper. We don't want to have a crooked stamp. All right, so I'm going to do orange, green, and purple. Okay, now I'm going to come do this one. Always line up with the edge and stamp. Great. Almost done. Purple. And oh no, I made a mistake. Okay? Which might happen for you.
Magic.
Now, if I made a mistake on my first 4 square, I might just want to start completely over. But what if you're like halfway through and you make a mistake? You don't want to start over. No, you don't want to go with it either. That looks terrible. Here's what you do. You are going to take a piece of white paper and some glue. I didn't get out yet. Okay.
Do it for you too.
And you are going to take sorry, a piece of white paper and just a little tiny bit of glue, and glue the paper on top of your mistake. Give it a second to dry. Ink it up. Ink your stamp up again. And this time, focus. Don't make a mistake, same mistake twice. There. So as you can see, I can barely even tell that I made a mistake. Yeah, you can't tell. And you won't be able to tell. Now what do? You keep going. Now I'm starting over with my 4 square. So this is one 4 square. So now I'm starting a new 4 square. Okay? So now I'm gonna keep going with my Foursquare, and here's how it's gonna work. You're gonna keep going down the edge, okay? You're gonna get to the end and you're gonna have some extra space, and you're gonna stop. And then you're gonna go back to the beginning and go down this way. And then when you have extra space at the top, extra space at the side, that's when I will chop it off for you on the cutting board. Okay? Yes? Do you have a question?
Oh no, I was like,
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna do Foursquare, 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 come back to the beginning, now go this way, Foursquare, 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 chop, chop, and then continue your Foursquares. You are gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Foursquares. 12 times 4 is 48 stampings. 48 stamps.
that's a lot. Talk about 32 years.
48 stamps. So we will probably spend, some of you will get halfway done today maybe. I have a feeling Dominic might. Some of you might take 3 classes, but let's get started and see how it goes. All right.
Should I stop?